Shalom Israelites, this is your brother Ben Sedek Ventura, and today I'm gonna touch on a little topic, a short video about Hebrew, like the Hebrew language known as Lashon Ibrit. Now there are people out there who are saying that Hebrew does not have any vowels. Not true. Doesn't even make sense. There is no, let me repeat, there is no language on the face of this earth that can be spoken without vowels. For example, even in our English language, for example, the tiniest or the smallest of words like to, it, words like those, so they have vowels. No word can be pronounced without a vowel sound, okay? And we know vowels, a, e, I, o, o. Every language on the face of the earth that is spoken must be spoken with vowels, okay? So let's get back to Ibrit. There are even people who are erroneously saying that the Hebrew language doesn't have any E sound, like the letter E, like in egg, elephant. Totally not true. Let me give you some example. Hebrew was mostly written with consonants, like, you know, without vowels. It's written without vowels. That's true. But when it's spoken, the speaker have to input the vowels based upon the context. Let me give you an example of this. The word shemesh in Hebrew will be shin, mem, and shin. Those same letters, shin, mem, and shem, can also be used as consonant for shamash, which is also shin, mem, and shem. What makes the difference, though, is the placing of the vowels when you spoke. For example, with shin, mem, and shem, which is sh, m, sh. If you're going to speak about the sun, like sun, that shine in the sky, when you're speaking, you'll say shemesh, meaning sun. If you're going to speak about like a servant, a helper, you'll use the word shamash. It's still shin, mem, shin, but the difference is in shemesh, you input two e's, and in shamash, you input two e's, okay? Now, if there was no e sound, like the s sound, then when you see sh, M, sh, the consonant, shin, mem, shin, then if you input a, you'll always have shamash. How do you say son? You have to say shemesh, because that's how they say son in Hebrew. Another example of this will be the word like for a king, melech, which is mem, lamed, and chaf. In modern Hebrew, it's chaf sofit, but in ancient Hebrew, it's just mem, lamed, and chaf. Okay, the difference in modern Hebrew, they have a chaf sofit. All right, it's the same consonant that is used in like malach, mem, lamed, chet, chaf, or chaf sofit. Now the only difference is in melech, you'd insert two e's of it, so it will spend the phonetical will be M-E-L-E-C-H, melech, while in malach will be M-A-L-A-C-H. Why? Because melech means sovereign or king. Malach means messenger or angel. Just like the word malachi, where they call malachai. It's actually malachim, which means my messenger, okay? So it's very important to know the right vowels to input when one is speaking, okay? So there is a sound like E, and there's a sound. Some words have the I sound, like I as in ink. Some have O, like in October. So Hebrew have vowels, okay? Don't let anybody fool you. It's impossible. It's just common sense. You can't have any language that is spoken without vowels, okay? And there's many words. For example, sometimes people try to get rid of the E sound, like the E, and they replace it with A. Totally nonsense. Let me give you an example, because when you do that, you mess up the words. For example, the word Eliyah, or some people say Eliyahu. Now, some people who don't believe that there's an E sound or an S sound, what they do, they replace the E, like in Eliyah, and say Aliyah. That doesn't make any sense, because Aliyah actually is a word in Hebrew which means ascend or going up, okay? Like, for example, when the ancients going to Jerusalem, they'll say they're doing Aliyah, I mean they're going up. So you can't say the prophet name is Aliyah, because that's not his name. His name is Eliyah, or Eliyahu, means my mighty one is Elohim, or Eloah is my mighty one, okay? And there are many words like son. The Aramaic word for son, yes, is bar, which will be bet and resh. But when you speak, it will be like a bar, bar, which means son. And in the Hebrew, it will be ben, which is bet and nun, or modern Hebrew bet and nun sofit. So it will be ben means son. So when people try to eliminate certain vowels and they put in their own vowels that they made up, that doesn't fit with that word, they get into trouble because it takes the whole content of the word and change it. Many people say that our people are not familiar with Hebrew grammar. Let me give you another word. The word nafal in Hebrew, which is nun, fe, and lamed. It's singular, means fall. Okay? But if you're speaking of more than one person falling, you'll say nephilim. Sounds familiar? Like in Genesis 6, the Nephilim was on the earth in those days. So it will be Nephilim, which will be Nun, Lamed, Fe, and Mem Sofit. Or in modern Hebrew, Mem Sofit, or in ancient Hebrew, just Mem. Nephilim, N-E-F-E-L-I-M, or some people spell it N-E-P-H-E-L-I-A-M. So there is E letter sound like in in Hebrew. There are many words. The first sentence of the book of Genesis, Bereshit, or Genesis 1, it says, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Okay, the word earth is eretz. Okay, and then they talk about et. Et means a specific, pointing to something specific. Et haaretz ve'shamayim. Okay, so don't let anybody fool you. The Hebrew language have vowels of a, e, and o. We could take days going through all these vowel sound with e and a and e and o, but this is just a small video just to explain that it's common sense will tell you every language have vowels. Okay, the Hebrew language was not written with vowels, but when you speak, you have to speak with vowels because you can't speak if you don't make vowel sounds. Make sense? Anyway, until then, Shalom Aleichem, your brother Ben Sadek signing off. Shalom, and keep studying.